bandage on that burn. It is so easy for you to take off the bandage, be very careful, get it disinfected, put on the burn cream, wrap it back up, because you have two hands and you don't feel the pain. You're making an effort to not bring any more pain, but you physically don't feel the pain. If you try to change the bandage on your own arm that's been burned, holy cow. It's awkward, it's painful. And so
that's a really good point. That really hit home with me. And that could be why when we're seeing somebody else, we are empathetic, but we're not feeling the pain in the same way that they're feeling the pain. But for us, it's painful to become unstuck or to heal our wounds or rip that Band-Aid off. Got it. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Cool.
I like it. Now, if you were to give 3 pieces of advice to our listeners out there, because I know that somebody out there is stuck today and they're listening to this, what would your advice be to that listener who wants to get unstuck? Give them some tools today that would help them.
So this is, if I think I'm in overwhelm, because I normally think very clearly, and most of the listeners out there are going to be 50 plus, 55, 60 plus, and you know certain things. I'm a very clear thinker, or, you know, a power person. I love speed, or, you know, I'm a peace person. I love peace and quiet. I'm a precision person. I like the numbers. I like systems. Everything has a place, and it needs to be in that place. So you know what naturally makes you feel comfortable. And so when I don't feel comfortable, because I'm motivated to do things in the morning. So if I do not want to bounce out of bed at somewhere between 4:30 and 5:30 a.m., I'm stuck. I know I'm stuck. So I always say, what are your gotchas? Like, when you hit these 3 gotchas, you're in overwhelm and you're stuck. So for me, I'm a power person. I like speed. One of my gotchas is if I get in the left lane of any highway anywhere in the world and I cannot get the person in front of me to move to the middle lane and they are not doing at least 20 miles per hour over the speed limit, I start screaming at them. And when I scream, I'm like, okay, they're doing the speed limit, or they're 10 miles over the speed limit. Like this, you're in overwhelm. You are stuck. The second thing is I'm very calm with my dogs. Right now I have a Jack Russell. And so
that's what I have.
I
love them.
They're great dogs. And so anytime there's a discipline problem, I'll be like 90%, 95% of the time, you know, no, Turks, no, good boy. But if I go, you know, if I just snap at him, stop. And I'm like, whoa, you know, I've been working with animals and kids, you know, for probably 60 of my 64 years. I'm like, okay. So when you have certain areas that you consistently have a certain routine or a certain, you know, system or a certain desire. So for you, it might be, I love going in the closet in the morning and randomly picking out something exciting to wear. And one morning you wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to wait to get dressed. Or maybe I'll just wear what I wore yesterday. You're stuck. Now, that's because something that brings you joy is, for whatever reason, not bringing you joy. So right now, everyone in the world is stuck in something. We have just gone through something that has never happened in the history of the world that we know of. This pandemic shuts the world down.
Right.
And so if you're a head person and you like results and you're into power, you're frustrated because all your power and control has been taken away. You're stuck. You're stuck in your head. If you're a relational person and your heart is hurt, I haven't seen my friends. I don't get to play with my friends. I don't get to go play cards. I don't get to go, My swimmers, I can't get to the swimming pool. My pole vaulters, I can't get to the pole vault pit because we're still under quarantine. So their heart hurts. Well, remember, belief comes from the head. So when you get stuck in your head, all of your beliefs become, think of it like putting on different sunglasses. So if normally your beliefs you're seeing clearly, now maybe you have on pink sunglasses, everything's pink. Or you have on green, everything's green. So it's filtered in a different light. So as a heart person, if I can't find a way to satisfy my heart, now I'm stuck in my heart. And so I start to get more emotional, and it could be little things. I go on Facebook and I'm crying at a commercial. And so if I'm very active as a person, like one of the things is our entire facility here shut down. We're a 55 plus community. And they took all the amenities away. And I got to tell you, old people get mean. I was like, whoa, calm down. I think we're going to have a riot of 60, 70, 80, 90-year-olds. And I mean, to the point where they were jumping the fence to the pool. I'm like, actually, that's pretty impressive. So things happen. And when it does happen, and they don't feel like they have any control or they have no peace. Or for you, I can't be spontaneous. How spontaneous can you be in lockdown? Well, we're going to eat, in our bedroom tonight, or we're going to dance in the kitchen. It really, so everyone is stuck. Psychologists, psychiatrists are saying this is a level of PSTD that is going to last for decades. And I'm telling my athletes, they're like, I didn't watch TV. I'm not involved in this whole COVID thing. Well, guess what? If you were to go into a room of 100 smokers for 10 years, 8 hours a day, when you would come out at night, you'd smell like smoke. Even if you didn't smoke, you'd smell like smoke. At the end of 10, 15, 20 years, you probably have the same lung disease they have. And you didn't smoke. So if you are in the world and you are conscious, coronavirus and this whole pandemic has affected you. If you don't know anybody that's got it, your business hasn't changed, whatever, you can't see your grandkids, you can't hug them and love on them, you couldn't go to graduation, you couldn't do their 5th birthday, it's affected you. And so now the question is, what do we need to do to get unstuck? And that's what my free gift is. And so I look at the 4 languages, the brain languages from last week, and I tell them, here are simple things you can do to get unstuck. Simple, cheap.
Is that your free gift this week? Because you can go right in.
It is.
Okay. Yep. Tell us about that.
It's basically a checklist of, okay, I know I'm stuck in my head, and I give them a little definition. This is how ask these questions. Here are some things to get your head unstuck. Here are some things to get your heart unstuck. Here are some things to get your hiney. Take an action. And then I go back and say, now let's look at the connection between head and heart. And so I just basically give them and their heart and their hiney, the actions and their heart. And so I give them, simple things. If you're a creative, one of the most fun things you can do is finger paint. Put finger paint all over the wall and finger paint. But even more fun is toe painting. Wow. My perfectionist athletes go crazy in the tub, and I tell them how to do it, and it's so much fun. Like parents will say, I could hear crumple, 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 damn it, because they were taking the paper off the tub wall, and they didn't like the picture they did with toe painting. And so I'd say, if you can paint me a picture with your toes, and I know what it is, I can guess it, I'll give you 2 free movie tickets. And this mom said, what assignment did you give him? Because all I hear is crumple, crumple, crumple. Damn it. Crumple, crumple, crumple. Damn it. She goes, but then in 30 minutes, I have a 300-pound footballer hysterically laughing in the tub. Like hysterically. And that's how you know you're unstuck.
Right.
Right. Now, you can look at something frustrating.
Tell us how they will get their free gift, because that is a wonderful. Last week's was wonderful, and this one is getting unstuck, going through the head, heart, and the hiney. I love it.
Yes.
So how do they get a hold of that? What is your website?
They just need to send me an email. because we're doing up a totally separate website, and hashtag working from home. As I told you, my web designer got coronavirus. So I was like, what? We're 8 weeks behind on this? So it's KAZ at I am Dr.Kaz. So capital I, little A-M, D-R-K-A-Z, kitten alpha zebra.com. And the best, I didn't say it last week, but the best thing is, just put like, I love Lorraine, because then I'll know exactly that it's coming from your podcast. And I get a ton of emails, so I can just search I love Lorraine. And,
I like it.
Send them this gift.
That is great. So, Kaz, thank you for coming in. This has been wonderful. I could have you over again next week. So we'll have to do this again. This has been fabulous. So I want to remind the audience out there, all you listeners, it is never too late. It is never too late to get unstuck. It is never too late to follow your dreams, to lose weight. It is never too late to live a life of purpose. Kaz and I know it is just never too late ever. Thank you, Kaz, for coming in. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for helping us get unstuck.
My pleasure, Lorraine. This has been a ton of fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will see all of you and hear from all of you next week. And remember, I love Lorraine. Bye.